Pro Tour finalist Jacob Wilson. Again, congratulations.
Yep. And I think I got a feeling that Hayden's going to win. I do. I got a bad feeling about this. I do. But we're going to see what happens. As Greg Smith, Hayden Passarelli. Greg on your left, obviously Hayden on your right. Greg will be on the play. He is your number 3 seed. And we're going to be underway here.
Hayden is sweating bullets right now, I'll tell you. With the type of openings these decks get.
Well, that is a Sensei's Divining Top to start the show. As Hayden will take a draw. Let's see where he's going to be getting. If you're Greg, you got to be confident, obviously. And there's a Delver Secret, so
it looks
that's the creature.
Looks like Hayden has a hand involving Delver, Nimble Mongoose, Force of Will. So really solid combination of cards.
Greg draws his card for the turn. He has a Pyroblast in his hand. I wouldn't be surprised to see some patience exhibited here by him. He's just going to spin top. You see a Chandra, a Red Blast, and a Pyroblast. Hello.
Not shabby.
Not too bad at all. This actually allows him to fire off the blast that he has in his hand at the Delver.
And it looks like Greg is on a 6-card hand here.
Yeah. And he says, let me pop that thing real quick. And there goes the Delver. Hayden, Tropical Island. And I think we're going to see him kick it over here. Yep. Greg, he's going to draw a card. Does he have a land? He does. He's going to crack. Ooh, that's a little bit risky, I think.
Into the face of a potential stifle?
Not only that, but the fact that he had 2 blasts on top of his deck. But I guess, I think he drew 1. So he's got Simian Spirit Guide, Blood Moon, and a blast, I believe, is his hand.
So I think he's just going to try to stick Blood Moon here, which I can't fault him for. He has a Red Blast back.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so he's got everything that he needs.
Greg presented, and Hayden said, I would like you to shuffle your entire deck.
Yeah. All right, fine. You have a deal. And now, now he's going to go for Blood Moon. There it is. There's Force removing that. And he says, how about Simian Spirit Guide? I'll move my own card.
The working man's Force of Will right there.
Absolutely.
Red Blast.
Absolutely. All right. Now, this is what we were talking about. Spells are basically locked out now here for Hayden. He can cast Lightning Bolt. He can cast Force of Will, assuming he draws another blue card.
He has a Fire Ice, a Fort Bolt, and 2 Gataxian Probes.
Yeah, and now it's time. It's time to get in. Nimble Mongoose, take me home tonight. The problem here is that Greg has a Sensei's Divining Top in place so he can control his draws. But again, if Greg just misses a bunch, then that's a problem. And as you see, looks like he's going to put Grindstone to the top here. And he can get a little bit creative with Grindstone, because if he doesn't like what he sees at the top, he can actually mill himself. And there is the Grindstone. So Greg says, yeah, all you, man. Hayden in for 1. It's a slow clock. Luckily for Greg. He'll spin top one more time. He sees that Bolt, that Blood Moon, and Imperial Recruiter.
Imperial Recruiter is the straw that stirs the drink at this point.
Yeah, I want that one. And he's going to play that right off the top. Is that good to go? The answer is yes.
So you can go find Painter Servant here. His Imperial Recruiter can also block Nimble Mongoose, as Hayden is nowhere near threshold.
You see you see Painter Servant. Hey, gonna take a look at that. The 1/3 Scarecrow from, oh God, Shadowmoor?
It was one of the lore 1 block
it's
sets.
Shadowmoor or Eventide. I think it's Shadowmoor. God, I want it to be Shadowmoor.
There was a Scarecrow set, right? This was during my hiatus during Magic. There was there's like a Scarecrow sub-feed in a set, if I recall correctly.
Reaper King and Scarecrow and friends.
Right.
Yeah. I played Reaper King in a Pro Tour.
Not exactly Magic's most resonant design.
Do you know what it's like to top deck a Reaper King in a Pro Tour and be happy about it? It's no, you don't want to know that feeling. Even if your opponent is dead to a Blazing Shoal, as he does draw a copy of Painter's Servant, gonna put that into play.
And the backup Painter Servant's nice here because Hayden can still interact with the combo through Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, of course. And there is Lightning Bolt, so shoot it down. Able to tap the Scalding Tarn because there's a mountain right now because of Blood Moon. Hayden just has to pass the turn back, trying to build up a graveyard here. Got Nimble Mongoose. This is Greg. Going to play Ancient Tomb, just pass the turn back. And now he's being super patient. I think he's waiting for a blast.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Is he going to spin the top now? See Mountain, Bolt, and Bolt. Says, all right, I'll take a Mountain. Now he's going to play Painter Servant. And let's pick these up. says Hayden. So Greg Smith does win game number 1 with Imperial Painter. I know at home there are some serious fans of Legacy that watch the Legacy portion of our events, obviously, but I know there are a group of players out there who are enormous fans of Imperial Painter.
Well, it is one of the charming decks of Legacy. Now, in reality, this deck is actually heinous because the power level comes from just...
Heinous is your choice of word?
If this deck was actually the best thing to be doing, it would be pretty annoying, right? It's just,
okay.
All right, we've seen him go through the elimination rounds. When he's winning, it's because his opponents aren't allowed to play Magic.
Sure.
So we had to set that aside for a minute because this is Legacy and that you're priced into some amount of that going on.
Okay.
It's nice when you have Legacy decks that feel like 20 years of cards and random synergies that have built up are all part of this weird jumble, and you have Grindstone alongside Painter Servant. You have a Portal 3 Kingdoms card gluing the whole thing together. It has a lot of the Legacy mystique and charm, and I think that's part of the reason that it's as resonant of a deck as it is amongst fans of the format.
All right, fair enough. You saved yourself there. Trivia question.
It is what it is. We can divorce ourselves from what's happening.
That's
right?
true. That's true. That's true.
I don't hate the deck. There's plenty of bad things, in quotes, that go on in Legacy.
Yeah.
This is on the charming side, but certainly when it is powerful, the other side is sort of just going like, all right, well, your turn, I guess. Anyhow, take it away.
12-month giveaway for you guys really quickly here. Hashtag SCG Premium. Make sure you're following at SCG Live. Announce the winner at the conclusion of this match. Question. It's a pretty easy one. Where are we going to be next week for the Open Series? Patrick and I will be doing coverage. What city are we going to be in? That's here. I'll help you.
No, I don't think this is involved. I think it's just this.
Okay.
This is what I was told on Twitter.
This is it?
If I'm wrong, my apologies.
Okay, so if you know what this city stands for, that's where we're going to be. And go ahead and name that. Hashtag your answer. Hashtag SCG Premium. Make sure you're following at SCG Live. Again, about accuracy, not speed. You got some time since we're going to announce at the conclusion of our finals match. That's exactly where we're going to head. We'll take a look at the sideboards here. I'm going to take Greg Delver.
Okay.
Yeah, I am, since I think that he might win.
This is your champ. This is your avatar for this tournament.
This is my horse. Flusterstorm. Oh, we're gonna get to that one in a second. An Ancient Grudge, 2 copies of True Name Nemesis, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Rough and Tumble of Vendilion Click, 3 Submerge, Gravedigger's Cage, Life from the Loam, and a Sulfur Elemental. Take that. That one I can cast off of a Blood Moon.
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't know if it'll be good enough in those games, but it is something that can be cast.
Pyroblast is actually kind of interesting, too, because obviously Greg's going to name blue with Painter Servant, and then Pyroblast can actually turn on and kill a Blood Moon because it's a blue permanent. You've got the red mana to cast it. So that's like a backdoor way to go about doing things. But hey, when you're in a bad matchup, whatever it takes is what I say.
Yeah, you could try to beat him at his own game a little bit here. I'm also interested in True Name Nemesis because we've seen some games where it's random stray stuff that gets into play is not the easiest thing for Greg to handle. He's basically consigned to chump blocking until he can kill someone or lock them out of the game. And True Name Nemesis could, if Hayden is able to sneak it into play on the play, maybe is a card Greg's defenses aren't really well suited for handling. On the other side, we've seen this before. 3 Ensnaring Bridges, 4 Thorn of Amethyst, 3 Tormod's Crypt, a Phyrexian Revoker, a Magus of the Moon, Venetian Heretic, a Pyroblast, and Real Mental Blast. Again, I expect the 2 Red Blast to come in. I also expect Ensnaring Bridge to come in. When I was playing, when I played Burn, Ensnaring Bridge is one of my favorite sideboard cards to have against Rug Delver. They're not really that well situated to fight over it. Hayden with only 1 copy of Ancient Grudge in this list, which is already super taxed fighting over things like Painter Servant and Grindstone and other ancillary artifacts. So Ensnaring Bridge is yet another way that Greg has to lock Hayden out of the game.
It's a tough matchup. It's not impossible, but it's very, very difficult for Hayden. And again, this is the second time that we've watched Greg play here, and I have liked everything I've seen. You know, very, just cautious at the right spots, picking his spots well, know what he's looking to accomplish at every stage of the game. Hasn't lost a match here in the elimination rounds, and again, I mean, just a great choice for this weekend.
Yeah, I also really like the emotional detachment he has during all the proceedings we've watched him play. He's been pretty just methodical and not super jumpy. He's just playing his stuff. He knows against the opponents he's playing against that it's going to be good in most spots, and he is very calm and collected so far through the elimination rounds.
I've been accused on Twitter right now of, during the elimination rounds, was I watching the Elimination Chamber by the WWE. Patrick, I was not.
I can confirm he was not.
Was not. But I do appreciate
he was reading some sort of insider fan blog, smart fan sort of deal. So that was going on, but he was not actually watching the event.
I was working. Okay? It's called work.
That's a pretty broad definition, sure.
Everyone's definition is different.
Mine usually implies doing work. I don't know.
So you do see both players drawing their openers. Hayden's going to send it back. This is a match where I think he has to mulligan quite aggressively to find the necessary pieces, like a Force of Will or a Spell Pierce.
He needs to either find, as you see, it looks like Greg's taking a mulligan again.
Yeah.
He either needs to find a hand that can disrupt Greg or something that can apply a lot of pressure starting on the second turn. Something like Delver of Secrets into Tarmogoyf. That is a reasonable hand to be keeping on the play, even with no permission. One threat with Force of Will, those kind of hands.
Yeah.
But he can't be messing around too long with Ponders and Brainstorms. You can keep a lot of hands like that with Rogue Delver and similar decks against normal opponents, where you can Ponder and Brainstorm for the first couple turns, get yourself set up, and then play a Nimble Mongoose on turn 3, and then have Threshold on turn 4, and that's not the game plan here. It needs to be faster than that.
It's a little bit different in this matchup because both players are going to go down to 6. Not sure if a mulligan favors one person or not. I wonder how well the Imperial Painter deck mulligans, actually.
It still has a lot of explosion, and an opponent who's mulliganing is less likely to be able to resist it, but it does get a lot of nonsense hands, too.
Yeah.
Bolt, Divining Top, Giant Ballard, Spellskite, 2 lands, or something along those lines.
Now Greg will take a look at 6, as will Hayden. Obviously, Rogue Delver is perfectly fine with mulliganing. You got Brainstorms and Ponders and all that jazz. Not a big deal. I don't think Greg is too thrilled with his hand. It looks like they're just waiting for the green light to go. And they have it with a Tropical Island and a Ponder. 2 and 3. There's a Force. Well, that's huge. And a Daze. Those are both delightful cards.
Those are 3 pretty good ones if Hayden has pressure. But again, I don't think he can sit on his heels the whole time.
This is going to be a
shuffle.
Yeah,
I really like this shuffle a lot from Hayden. Like I said, that looks like an attractive 3 cards. You see the counter spells, but he can't fend off what Greg's doing forever unless he has a clock. And aggressively searching here for a Delver or a Nimble Mongoose or a Tarmogoyf, I think, is exactly what the situation calls for.
All right, mystery card coming. Not sure what it is. It's a Ponder. So Greg will take a draw. He's going to play a Mountain. Maybe Grindstone. Pass it back. Hayden will take a draw. Wooded Foothills. Sky Ponder. 2, 3 is a Daze of Foothills and a Force of Will. Okay. So you saw him shuffle away counterspells last time. I wonder if he's going to do it again.
Yeah. I mean, if it was right the first time, I feel like it's right the second time.
Yeah, I suppose the question here is what's changed.
Yeah.
I don't think Grindstone changes too much. As you do see the Tempest artifact there on the screen. That's piece 1 of the combo. Piece 2, of course, is Painter's Servant. Make everything a color, mill them all away. Hope there's not number cool in there, I guess. Alright, take a draw. He does keep the Daze, so this time he's going to keep the counter magic. So if Greg does try to drop down a Blood Moon here, it's not going to work because there's a Spellskite. Hayden will take a draw.
And Spellskite is actually quietly a very important card in this matchup. It's a good blocker against Nimble Mongoose. Additionally, it means that Hayden's primary mode of interaction with the combo, which is Lightning Bolt on the Painter's Servant, no longer works.
You see Greg's hand right now. He's going to play an Imperial Recruiter. It does have Magus of the Moon, but he's opting not to cast it.
He's taking his time here.
Yeah. He's in no rush. He has no reason not to.
And the Spellskite also turns on Magus of the Moon. We mentioned while we were talking about sideboarding here how, it has to be Blood Moon. Spellskite enables Magus of the Moon as well.
That's true. That's a really important point, actually. So here is that. So now he's coming up from 2 angles because he's got Magus to lock out the lands, and he's got Painter's Servant to threaten the combo. It's really nice here. As you see, Wooded Foothills get sacrificed here by Passarelli. He's going to go down to 19.
And as long as Greg's Light Toll isn't under any duress here, he can wait all day.
Yeah. So, does get a land out of his deck. Does Passarelli. And we'll see if he's got anything to do here on the unstep or not.
Probably, again, he can't really fire off these bolts profitably into the face of that Spellskite.
Yeah. Hayden will take a draw. There's that bolt. There's a spell pierce. Plays the wooded foothills. Passes it back over to Greg. Greg will untap those 3 mountains. He'll take a draw. He finds another mountain. Important card there.
And Hayden did exactly what you imagined he might do and brought in those Pyroblasts.
Yeah. I like, man, I love the way he's playing this game. He goes with Magus because he doesn't really care about Magus in this game. He cares so much more about Painter Server, but it's so important for Hayden to actually fight over this.
Yeah. I mean, Spellskite plus Magus of the Moon basically demands Ancient Grudge.
Yeah.
Or 3 bolts, or it's really hard.
Yeah. Magus is in now. I absolutely love the way he's playing this game, as he's going to attack here for 1.
Now we enter phase 2, the
yeah.
Imperial Recruiter beatdown.
You see Delver rolls off the top here. That can't be cast. And there is a mountain. Again, Passarelli's entire hand is reactive, and that allows Greg Smith to do nothing. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything. That's a thing.
I hope that for people who are watching at home that presume that this deck was just Blood Moon or Bust are getting a better appreciation for various angles of attack. Yes, it's all ultimately led with Blood Moon, but there's a lot of different pressure points that Greg's applying here.
Yep. I'm with you on that one. As now, Painter Servant's on this deck threatening to go lethal. And the best part is, if this Painter Servant resolves, Greg doesn't have to activate the Grindstone right now. He can just have it sit there.
Yeah, he also doesn't have, if he suspects that Pyroblast is a thing that's going on here, he also doesn't have to name blue.
Yep, that's also true.
He can just name white.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see exactly what will be named. And he named red. Yep.
Too sharp.
Yeah. Too sharp is right. Not even thinking about naming blue, especially when he has access to the deck list, and he's probably well informed that he knows, yeah, rug decks play this particular card. And he says, I guess I'll try to bolt this in response, or play a Pyroblast or something.
Now, he is allowed to cast the Pyroblast, because Pyroblast simply looks on resolution if the target was blue.
Yeah.
But that is not, offers no solace here.
Yeah.
So, unless Hayden has Grudge plus Bolt, or 3 bolts, this is going to do it.
You see the shrugging, and that's going to do it. You've got yourselves a champion, my friends. Greg Smith with Imperial Painter undefeated in the elimination rounds.
In games. Untouched.
In games.
Untouched.
Untouched. Star City Games Legacy Open champion here in St. Louis. Congratulations to him.
How much damage did he take throughout the elimination?
I have no idea.
I feel like it wasn't very much.
Yeah, there's no way that 20 damage was dealt over the course of 6 games. There's no way. And wow. What a, man, great choice for this tournament, obviously. Everything broke, as far as matchups go, his way, because there are a lot of difficult matchups for this deck, and there are a lot of bye rounds. And for the matches that we watched him play, those felt like byes.
Yeah, we didn't get, of course, we didn't have Greg on camera during the Swiss rounds, so we didn't really get to see much of it there. But the elimination rounds were a cakewalk.
Yeah.
We didn't have him in the quarters, but we heard very quickly, the outcome of that match.
Yep.
And just breeze through the rest of the tournament. So congratulations, a great metagame call. And Greg, this is one of the, I think this might be the most lopsided elimination rounds I've seen in an open.
It's been a little while.
These were not competitive games that he just played.
And